Dorothy Annette Youngblood was born on March 13, 1939 in Laurel Hill, Florida. She was the fourth daughter of Archie D. Youngblood and Ollie B. Barton. She was a cotton-top baby with big blue eyes. Dorothy's father was a farmer and her mother was a housewife. Dorothy's early years were spent on the farm in Laurel Hill, Florida. When Dorothy was 2, she was hit by a car.
Daddy had given me $1 for my birthday or something. Anyway, he had rolled it up, rounded it off, and poked it like a pencil behind your ear. And man, I thought I was rich, because back then $1 was, paper money was big. If we got change, we was rich. You could take a nickel and buy 5 pieces of candy to roll off the rolling store. But anyway, I decided, since I had my $1, to go up and buy me some ice cream. Daddy had carried us earlier one day on the weekend and bought us all the ice cream cone, and that's the best thing I'd ever eat. So we bought an ice cream cone, and no, I never did make it to the store. I had my $1 behind my ear. I guess I lost it when the car hit me. I bent over the curb to pick up a stick at the curb or something, and that's all I remember. And the woman that hit me carried me to the doctor, and they sewed up my head. Daddy said I was hard-headed, so I guess I was. But I went cross-eyed about a year after that.
In 1943, after World War II began, Dorothy's father got a job as a foreman in the Alabama Dry Dock in Mobile. The family moved into a house in the Pritchard Homes Project. There, Dorothy's home was more like a boarding house for kinfolk.
Well, Daddy was a farmer, and he hated farming because I don't know why. He just didn't like farming, and he wanted to move to the city, so he sold the farm, and him and my grandpa Barton didn't get along too good, because Grandpa had given them all land and their farms, and Daddy didn't want to keep his, so he sold it. And come back during the war, when everybody was coming to town, he went to work in the shipyard at Alabama Dry Dock. And he had, most of the men was going overseas, and Daddy had too many dependents or something. He wanted to go join the army, but they wouldn't let him go because he was the oldest son. They had some kind of rules or something. And anyway, he didn't get to go, so he had to stay and teach the women how to do the shipyard to make all the boats and the airplanes that they would need during the war. Where everybody was coming to our house. Our house was like a boarding house between the country folks coming in, all his brothers and sisters coming in and working during the war effort. We lived in what they built projects for people coming in to work. We lived in, I think it was Pritchard Homes Project housing.
The only thing Dorothy didn't like were the sirens that would blare in the total darkness of the emergency blackout drills.
When I was little, they had blackouts, what they call blackouts in the projects, and when the alarms went off, Mama said I used to scream. I must not have been very old because I don't remember too much about it, but I do remember it scaring me every time when them men would come by and everybody had to have their lights turned out because they thought there was an enemy plane coming over to bomb us or something. I'd heard them tell about that, and I thought we was fixing to get splatted on.
Dorothy attended Pritchard Elementary School. In 1947, she was in 4th grade. The family moved to Escambia Farms, Florida. A.D. found work as a fuel truck driver. He worked hard to support his family. He was funny, always making up silly sayings. She would giggle as she listened to her dad sing his rhyming songs about her mother.
Ollie, Ollie, 2x4, can't get through the kitchen door. And then he'd say, don't we love our Ollie B, 'cause she fixes my iced tea. And
During the summers, Dorothy would stay at her Granny and Granddaddy Barton and Aunt Bond's. She would spend all of her time with her cousins, Bob Cricket and Nadine Kelly. They would sing, dance, and pick cotton, hunt treasures and snakes in the woods, and play in the muddy Alabama red clay after the rain. They made stick dolls with flowers and leaf clothes, and even tried dipping tuberose snuff, which Dorothy spit up for at least 2 weeks.
I love summertime when I go to the country. see my country cousins. I showed them how to make a hamburger. I remember the first hamburger I ever ate. I thought that's the best thing in the world. I ate it in Pritchard. And we didn't have no hamburger meat. All we had was some old hog-head cheese, or souse is what Aunt Vaughn called it. And we took a biscuit, sliced it, and put us a tomato and mayonnaise on that biscuit, and sliced a slice of souse. Put it between the biscuits, and oh man, they had to make them 2 or 3 of them. Cricket and Nadine thought that was the best tasting thing they ever eat. Had to wear flour sack panties. My mama used to use some of the bodacious, ugliest looking flour sack, loud, green, flowery, yellow. Oh Lord. And she run out of elastic, so I had to pin them up with a big safety pin. She made Fairface with elastic, but I had to pin mine up with a safety pin because she ran out of elastic. But
in 1952, Dorothy's dad took a job as a foreman with the Ingalls Shipbuilding in Pascagoula, Mississippi. Dorothy didn't like living in the city, and she missed her country life. She enjoyed cruising the beach and going to the movies. She attended Pascagoula High School and made friends with a girl named Winnell, who lived down the street. One night in 1954, Dorothy was at the lake drive-in with her family, and she went to the bathroom at the snack bar. As she was going out the door, a bloody good-looking fellow was coming into the snack bar.
Single bars and good-time lovers were never true. Playing a fool's game, hoping to win, and telling those sweet lies and losing again. I was looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces, searching their eyes, looking for traces of what I'm dreaming of, hoping to find a friend and a lover. I'll bless the day I discover